All right, guys, got it right here. Gamo Swarm Fusion 10X GEN2, baby. Let's check this thing out. It's actually right here. I already got it out of the box. So we're gonna go through this thing today, guys. As you can see, I've got a good assortment of pellets here. I'm gonna try, I'm not gonna bore you with watching the group out of every single one of these pellets, but I'm gonna run a bunch of them through the thing. I'm gonna see if any of them are accurate, if the gun's accurate in general. I'm gonna run some crony numbers. This thing is looking pretty sweet, and I'm excited to give it a try. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so first things first, what makes the Gen 2 really cool is that the mag lays flat. It goes flat down in here, just like that. That way you get to keep your open sights. You can have both the open sights and the whisper moderator there on front, which is pretty awesome, guys. Not only do you get the open sights and the whisper moderator, but you get the Swarm 10X Gen 2 little magazine fed brake barrel system. How cool is that, right? No more fishing in your pocket trying to get a single shot loaded in the breech there. All you got to do is cock the thing, and this mechanism right here drives the pellet into the breech. Now the way that this works is it actually, see that? It flips the mag right there. It flips it up and then lays it back down flat. Pretty phenomenally cool. Now, guys, I've noticed already, and I haven't shot this thing a ton, pretty much just got it out of the box, but of course had to shoot it a little bit. But one thing I have definitely noticed is that it is way easier to load than the Swarm Gen 1. For one reason or another, they've done something in this magazine, and the pellets, they just go right into where they're supposed to be. I remember on the Gen 1 having to really cram them in there to get them in, and on this one I'm not having that problem. Like I say, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get my target set up out there at about 30 yards. I think that's a good distance just to do some pellet testing. Hopefully I'll be able to get accuracy with the thing out maybe as far as 50 yards, but I want to start at right about 30 yards. I'm going to shoot some groups with all of these pellets, and then I'll be able to kind of narrow it down so I know which one is going to actually work out of the thing. I've got some Air Arms 16 grain pellets, JSB 1813s. I've got the Predator GTO lead freeze. I've got the Gamo rockets. I've got the Gamo whispers. I've got the Gamo red fires. I've got some Barracuda match. I've got some unknown H&N pellets here. I wish I would have not ripped the label off of these. I think these are like the Field Target Trophys shorts. I'm pretty sure that's what these are. So I'm going to try those out. I've got some RWS Hobbys, and then I've got some RWS Hypermax. So I can try two lead-free options there. Of course, I'm going to shoot them over the crony so I can kind of know what this thing is getting velocity-wise. I'm up at a mile high, you guys, so the velocity at this altitude is less than what it is when, obviously, when they're testing the thing. I'm sure they're testing it at about a sea level sort of a equivalency, or at least somewhere pretty close. I know in Rogers, Arkansas, where Gamo's based out of, it's about 400 feet elevation, 500 feet elevation, so it's a lot lower than where I'm at up here a mile high. On the box it says they're getting 975 feet a second with the lead-free pellets. We're gonna see if I'm coming anywhere close to that up here. Now, if you don't know why it would be less, it's because up here we have thinner air. So when the air is thinner, there's actually less density and less volume of the air to push the pellet. When that gas ram slams forward and tries to push the pellet out of the barrel, there's less air for it to do it with. So you're going to get a lower velocity the higher you go in elevation. Lower velocity, lower power out of a brake barrel. That's sort of one of the disadvantages in my book as far as brake barrels go. PCPs, you don't have that problem because the air that's in that pre-charged cylinder is the same pressure whether you're at altitude or you're down at sea level, doesn't matter. But with something like this, you're definitely not getting as much oomph because there's just not as much air up here to work with. So that's it, guys. I've got my first mag loaded up here of the Air Arms 16 grains. In case you didn't know, these are made in the same molds that the JSB 1589s are made in. I think maybe they just went simple on the tin and said they're 16 instead of 1589, because really, if you hold one of these up next to a JSB 1589 and you look at them, there is no decipherable difference between the two. I'm out of JSB 1589s, so I wanted to cycle in the Air Arms 16 grains. I'm sure that they would pretty much be equivalent in this and how they're going to operate. So I'm going to get my target set up out there, going to run through these pellets, get some crony numbers, take some notes, and then I'll check back in with you guys once I've got a little bit more data for you. Okay guys, so out of the pellets I've tested so far, the RWS Hobbys and these unknown H&N, I really feel like these are the Field Target Trophys. I'm pretty sure. I will double check and make actual sure, but I'm pretty sure those are the Field Target Trophys. So the RWS Hobbys, Field Target Trophys, those have seemed to group the best for me so far here at 30 yards. And so I'm going to do 10 shots with each of those on camera here for you guys, so that you can see firsthand how they're doing. Now that I've shot about, I don't know, 100 and some odd shots out of this thing just right now this afternoon, my elbow is getting a little bit tired. But I will tell you guys this thing is not hard to cock. Apologize for the wind, it's a little bit breezy. So instead of talking, I'm just gonna go ahead and start shooting. All right, so that one, I didn't get all of them on the target, and my excuse for that is because these pellets, they each have a slightly different point of impact. So rather than resighting the scope for each individual pellet, I just got the scope generally sighted, and this is what I'm getting right now. Like I say, the last ones, they didn't hit the target, but they were grouping just above the target. So you get an idea of how they group anyways. Boy, it is really getting windy. And there went my target. My target blew over. All right, I gotta go fix that. Whew, boy, it is getting windy. I know that this is gonna affect my results here just a little bit, guys, but I'm just gonna go ahead and see if I can get a group on paper here for you with these Field Target Trophys. All right, guys, I'm gonna go set that target back up again. Whew. Man, the wind really came up this afternoon. All right, guys, so again, I apologize for the wind noise. Those Field Target Trophys, they did better in my first test. You're gonna have to believe me. A second test, they kind of started to wander. I have a feeling that it was because of two things. One, you notice those couple of shots that I got right there by the bullseye. Now, those two shots, I wasn't rushing, I was taking my time, and I was putting them right where I wanted them. I waited for a little minute in between the gusts, and I got those shots off. Now, you can probably hear the wind. The other shots I was rushing because I wanted to get them on there before this wind picked up much worse than it is now. So I wasn't doing my due diligence as well as I should have. And also the wind was blowing like heck down there, so it blew them off a target a little bit. So that's down there, 30 yards away. Let's take just a little walk right up here, check these things out real quick, guys, so you can get a better idea of how big they actually were. Those groups that I'm shooting there, they're on 3-inch shoot and see targets. Here we are down there. You'll have to kind of pardon some of my other groups here. But anyways, here's the Field Target Trophys. We had several shots, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's with those. Here is with those RWS Hobbys. I had one kind of fall down there, but then I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I must have gotten a couple through that same hole there to make up for the 8, 9, 10. I had, a majority of them really go right there, guys. So you can see that's about a 2-inch group, center to center, if we take off that flyer there. And I'm pretty happy with that. I've never, actually with the RWS Hobbys, this is one of the first guns that I've used that really performed well with them. And man, I guess I better wrap this video up, guys, because it is getting windy and I want to kind of sum this whole thing up for you guys. So hang on a sec, let me reset some cameras and we'll wrap things up here. Woo! All right, guys, man, it's just what we get out here. Arizona monsoon season. You can probably see the thunderhead right behind me here. We got one on that side, one on this side, one on this side, and they're all look like they might just be coming together right on top of me right now. So that's why we got these windy conditions today. But I was so excited about this new Swarm Gen 2, baby. I wanted to get it out, show you guys what this thing could do, what it was all about. And man, I definitely put it through the paces today, man. I put my elbow through the paces today too. My elbow is killing me now. So I'm gonna wrap this up for you guys real quick. I know it's windy, and I know you probably want to get back out there and do some shooting as well. So I'll leave you here with a couple of final thoughts. One, this is brand new. I have not seasoned the barrel. I have not done much shooting with it other than just what you guys have seen today. So I know I need to try some more pellets. I need to keep working it in, breaking it in, and I'll probably be able to dial in those groups just a little bit more. But for considering right out of the box, that group with the RWS Hobbys, that's not bad. And you know what's funny about that is that these are only 11.9 grain pellets, guys. Out here in this wind, 30 yards to the target, that's not too bad. When I shot those over the Crony, they were doing right around 670 feet a second. And these unknown H&Ns, like I say, I'm pretty sure they're the H&N Field Target Trophys. Those were doing right about 640, 650 feet a second over the Crony. Now the fastest that I got with any of the lead frees was with these RWS Hypermax, and those I got up to about 850 feet a second with those. Now that's not quite what the 975 is on the box, but like I told you guys at the beginning of the video, I'm a mile high up here. At this sort of altitude, I'm not expecting to meet that spec, and I'm glad to see that I came that close. Not 850, that's not too bad given the altitude and everything up here, guys. So sum it all up, like I said earlier, comfortable stock, easy cocking effort, got your open sights, got your swarm mechanism, got the included scope. Stay tuned, guys, because I'm going to be doing some more videos with this thing. In the next video, I have to admit, I'm going to probably swap this scope out for a Hawk Air Max, just see if that doesn't help out holding zero any better, or maybe just dial in those groups a little bit easier. I'll have some mil dots and different things to help me get my aim point, and so I'm definitely going to do that. But that's it for today. Ben, the Outdoors Airgunner, out here with the brand new Gamo Gen 2 Swarm, and I'm stoked, you guys. I hope you're stoked too. I hope you enjoyed the video. I am out here having a ton of fun with my air guns, and I hope you guys are too. I'll see you in the next video.